The Austin City Council reacting tonight after a KXAN investigation reveals nearly $500,000 public tax dollars spent on food, alcohol, concerts, jewelry, and gift cards just in the past 2 years alone. The city's Convention and Visitors Bureau calls those expenses investments to bring big events to town and boost the economy. Now, some city leaders tell KXAN investigator Kylie McGivern they are questioning that big spending ahead of tomorrow's vote to approve Visit Austin's budget.
It's a very competitive business, and sometimes a dinner doesn't do it.
Visit Austin's business hinges on bringing tourists, groups, and conventions to the live music capital of the world. To land the deals and book hotel rooms, Visit Austin paid top dollar for concerts and big events over the last 2 years. More than 13,000 during last year's Formula One race weekend. More than $6,100 on tickets to see Adele. And more than $18,000 on 75 tickets to see Lady Gaga perform in several other cities across the nation, but not Austin.
Lady Gaga World Tour?
We showed the receipts to Councilmember Ellen Troxclair.
You know, the Lady Gaga tickets are interesting because that's not necessarily showcasing Austin.
So how do you promote Austin when you're in a different city with a non-Austin based artist?
That's a great question. So we take music with us everywhere that we can.
Visit Austin says it's taken Austin artists on the road to give a taste of what the city has to offer, but that's not always possible.
So that's when we'll look for concerts that will be of interest to our clients so that we can give them that live music experience and then tell them more about Austin, encourage them to come and visit.
When we're talking about all these receipts, what money are we talking about?
So these specific receipts are from hotel occupancy tax.
Tax dollars also covering $4,000 worth of American Express gift cards.
These are just gift cards? I mean, why would we be giving... I guess I know you said that, but it didn't fully register until I'm seeing this receipt.
When critics look at this, it looks like you're just giving money out.
You know, and that's where I would hope people would ask us, you know, what are you doing?
Cheese on that quarter pounder?
Hart says some gift cards were for local food trucks, others door prizes for an event.
How do you assure that these gift cards are used the way that you intend them to be used?
We're not just handing these out, or we don't have them just sitting in a pile for someone to grab, but there's always oversight.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously a lot of money, and I understand that that's part of their job is to be selling Austin. You know, it is still taxpayer dollars. I think to the extent that we can just be open and transparent with each other and allow them the opportunity to say, here's what we're spending and here's why, then it allows the council to make an informed decision about whether or not that level of funding is appropriate.
Tomorrow, City Council is expected to vote on Visit Austin's budget and how the group plans to spend nearly $15 million in hotel occupancy tax collections. That's the money generated when people spend the night in Austin hotels. That pot has grown to $90 million this year. The reason why some council members and critics are calling for more scrutiny. Council is exploring increasing the hotel tax by 2%. And no doubt it will be among the debate tomorrow. We'll be at that meeting and here on KXAN News at 10 to update you on what this all means for Visit Austin moving forward. Kylie McGivern, KXAN News.
And during our interview, Visit Austin said it would start posting yearly audits and more details about its spending online for anyone to see. And shortly after last night's report, Visit Austin President and CEO Tom Noonan sent the City Council and Mayor a 3-page letter with more details about those expenditures. He also expressed concern about our investigation falling just days before city leaders vote on the group's budget. He writes, quote, Visit Austin spends hotel tax prudently, legitimately, and legally. It also raises additional revenue that more than offset the cost of events. We raised private funds for these events to offset the costs. He continues, quote, I think it's important to state that Visit Austin has 10 years of clean annual fiscal audits and that we were recently reaccredited by Destinations International, our industry association. Noonan also added this summer, Visit Austin changed its policy on staff events to only pay with private funding. We discovered that change came after the group found it prudent to reimburse 2 staff parties totaling nearly $28,000 last year. Records show they were events to welcome Noonan to his new role leading Visit Austin and to say goodbye to his predecessor. Noonan says anything initially covered with public funding was eventually repaid with private money. We wanted to know if spending like this happens in other cities. Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio all tell us Austin's spending is not out of line. But there are recent reports across the country drawing attention to some cities like Las Vegas, where critics are calling out these groups for questionable spending there. Online right now, a closer look at the type of big spending we dug up, everything from airfare to concerts. In this story in the investigative section of KXAN.com.